It's opening night in the Hockomock League, and we've got the King Philip girls season opener and the debut of new head coach Dan Nagel in their game against the Sharon Eagles. Hello, everyone. I'm Mark Farinella with the play-by-play, and my telecasting partner is a man they used to call Papa Bear here at King Philip, the longtime head coach of the Zavarian Brothers High School Hawks and the former varsity assistant for the boys team here at KP, Alex Salaki. Welcome to North TV, Alex.
Thank you, Mark. It's a joy to be here. I'm looking forward to this game and also looking forward to working with you once again.
It's been good to do it. We've done some games together in Mansfield in the past, so now you've hit the big time, Alex. The starting lineups for the King Philip Warriors tonight will have Brianna James, Taylor Butler, Faye Vayu, Faith Roy, and Emma Glazier. For the Sharon Eagles, Leah Fandel, Allie Brown, Trinity Payne, Talisha Herbert, and Caitlin Wallace. And we are underway here at King Philip Regional High School. They call this the Wooden Gym. It's not after John Wooden, the UCLA legend. It's just because the floor is wooden. Sharon, of course, with the first possession of the contest. Herbert is tied up.
King Philip's in a very aggressive man-to-man in the half court here.
Possession goes to King Philip. Here is Bree James bringing the ball up for the King Philip Warriors. She is one of 7 people coming back, and she's just been called for turning the ball over. So we've had 2 possessions so far, and nobody's taken a shot yet in this contest. This is the first of 8 King Philip girls and boys cablecast by North TV this winter, and it'll be the first of 5 that Alex and I will be doing together. There's a lot of excitement here about this team that Dan Nagel has inherited from Amy Siggins, who left after 2 seasons to take the vacant girls coaching position at Taunton High School. And that basket is by Allie Brown, I believe.
That was number 30.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, number 20.
That was Talisha Herbert. I'm sorry. All right. Outside shot taken by Emma Glazier. And she hits the guy wire, I guess, right?
Looks that way.
Yep.
Yeah, that's what it did. Yep. That score by Trinity Payne was off a nice back pick at the elbow.
And there's a steal by Faith Roy. She's going to dish it off to James, who walked. So King Philip has yet to get a really good possession going. Nagel, I understand, he is a veteran of the AAU wars. He is a former collegiate coach. He coached at Worcester Academy and then Fitchburg State University. Spent 3 years there. He's also coached at Bellingham High School. Won a Division III Central title in 2014 with a 20-4 record. Shot by Herbert is no good. Rebounded by Sharon. Drive by Payne is no good. And King Philip comes away with the rebound. Here is Faith Roy dishes it off. And the shot by Glazier was no good. Glazier in the corner again. She's going to make a little drive and stop. Does not get it. And the rebound.
That was by Herbert again.
By Herbert.
Rebound.
Sharon comes back with the ball. Still leading 2-0. 6 minutes left to go in the first quarter. Allie Brown is the point guard. Drive by Leah Fandel. Does not go. Faith Roy comes away with the bouncing rebound. She's going to dish it back off to Glazier. Faye Vail was in the corner, but the ball was out of bounds, and that will stay with King Philip. And we're having a full 5-player substitution here. So obviously, that usually is an indication the coach is not happy with what he's seen yet.
Right, he needs to talk to those 5. And there have been 4 straight possessions at the defensive end where King Philip has allowed the ball into the paint.
The shot taken by Claire Keswick, and she's only a freshman. A shot underneath and a foul. The foul is on number 23, Caitlin Wallace for Sharon. And that will send number 3, and that is Elizabeth Malla, to the line for the first free throw, which misses. King Philip still not yet on the board. 5:31 left to go in the first quarter. Mala takes the second shot, does not get it. Rebound fought for, comes away with King Philip. Shot from the corner is good, a three-pointer, and that is by Courtney Keswick. So we have a pair of Keswicks on the floor, and Courtney strikes first and gives King Philip the lead. Steal by the other Keswick is no good on the basket. Mala takes the shot, no good. Rebound again by Keswick. These kids want to play out here, Alex. A little bit of life in the second string here of the King Philip Warriors. Three-pointer by Courtney Keswick. That is her second, and King Philip is up 6-2.
Put some full court pressure on here, man-to-man.
But they break it. The easy shot underneath by Fandel is missed, and King Philip comes away with the ball.
The aggressiveness, though, of King Philip made the Sharon player rush that shot.
Another three by Keswick. Wow. And there's a timeout being called by
shooting
Sandy Lombardi, the head coach of Sharon.
So that was number 11, Courtney Keswick.
3 straight threes for her.
I think she may have missed one earlier, so she potentially is 3 for 4.
At
least 3 for 3.
9-2, King Philip. 4:29 left to go. Alex, that full court substitution, all 5, certainly made a difference all of a sudden.
That was a momentum swing in a matter of seconds. And it was at the offensive end that the King Philip substitutes were just very aggressive, moving the ball around the perimeter, finding the open three-point shooter.
The most impressive part about it is none of these kids were projected to be among the first 5 starters. And we do have a couple of very young players out there. I've heard really good things so far about the guard Claire Keswick. Her sister Courtney played a little bit last year for the Warriors, so she has a little bit of experience out there. But these kids have provided a little bit of spark, and it's given the other Warriors something to think about as they sit on the bench over there. And there is a foul. It's going to come on number 23, Caitlin Wallace, and that will be her second, I believe. Yes, it is. Caitlin Wallace is second. King Philip will get the ball out underneath the basket. Outside, that's a miss by Keswick, the younger Keswick. And now Sharon will come away with the basketball. That's Wallace. Over to Brown. To Herbert. Herbert lit it up last year in a game against Milford. Now, I know Milford was struggling, but she threw in 30. But then she was absent for the next game, which was against Mansfield. That was a game that I covered for Mansfield Cable Access. And obviously, you can see that they needed another offensive spark for that team. Still, they gave that Mansfield team a bit of a problem, and that had a lot of seniors on that Mansfield team. The ball will go out of bounds off Sharon. King Philip will have possession with 4 minutes on the button left to go.
We've had some King Philip subs here.
All right, looks like we got the starters back in again. And again, they call Bree James for a carry.
Yeah, she's got to be careful with that. Her ball her hand is sliding underneath the ball. Yep. And it looks like that's going to be a point of emphasis this year for these officials.
Well, certainly for that one gentleman that's out there anyway.
Right.
All right. Sharon inbounds the ball. A little bit of pressure here. They're having trouble getting the ball across, but of course there is no 10-second rule. Allie Brown's really tightrope that sideline. Leah Fandel in the corner gets it back out to Tess Latondra. Herbert being pressured, and there's it looks like close to a steal. They're going to have a tie-up. Bree James got in there to get her hands on it. It looks like on the possession it will go back to Sharon, though. 3:26 left to go, 9-2. King Philip in the lead.
1 second left on the 30 point.
So they don't really have much hope of anything here, and that is the 30-second violation right there.
That was a nice defensive sequence by King Philip. They kept the ball for the most part outside of the three-point area, up more towards half court, and that's strong pressure. Because early on with this unit, Sharon was getting the ball inside pretty easily.
Faith Roy is going to take the drive in, and she will be fouled going in. The Sharon fans don't like that, but. So Faith Roy will go to the foul line. She averaged 8.5 points a game last year. The foul is on Herbert. That's her first, and the third on Sharon. Roy does not get the first shot. Roy has 470 career points coming in this game. Her career high of 22 came last year against Attleboro. And she gets the second one. Sharon gets the ball across half court. Herbert in the corner takes the three, no good. Rebound fought for by two King Philip players. Faye Veal comes away with it, and she is fouled by Herbert.
Is that number 2 on Herbert, Mark?
That is number 2 on Herbert. (10-2) King Philip. 3:01 left to go in this opening quarter. Bree James will bring the ball up for the Warriors. Off to Julia Marsden. Then the shot was taken back out to James. Shot is no good. Rebound by Veyu, and she gets it.
Two offensive rebounds in that sequence.
12-2 King Philip. And a tie-up. And that should be possession to King Philip, I believe.
And here's wholesale subs again, Mark.
Yep, well, I know that Dan Nagel was telling some folks that he felt he had kids he could bring in, and he's obviously doing it because this is all these youngsters are getting some good playing time in this game.
So it looks like there are 2 freshmen, 1 sophomore, and 2 juniors on the court right now.
The three-pointer again by Courtney Keswick. That is 4 threes for her in this quarter.
She has a quick release, and she has nice backspin on that shot.
You know, she gets the ball when she's ready to shoot, too, and that's a big part of it. Ball is slapped out of bounds. It will stay in Sharon possession. 2:14 left to go in the opening quarter. 15-2, King Philip. Latendra will inbound the ball. Shot taken and a foul. The shot by Allie Brown. The foul is on, didn't quite get that from the official, but 32, that is Summer Dow for King Philip. That is her first foul, and that's the first foul on the Warriors. So Allie Brown will shoot 2, misses the first. Brown had a big moment last year. She hit 2 game-time free throws in the 52-50 win over Stoughton, which was a huge upset for the Warriors. She did not get either one, and King Philip has come away with the ball. They are running. Ball is stolen underneath, though, by Brown, and Brown will try to bring it back up. Gets it to Latendra. Latendra being marked. King Philip trying to mark these people in man-to-man, I believe.
Yep, they're playing man-to-man right now.
And the outside shot by Brown, a three-pointer. That makes it 15-5, King Philip in the lead. 1:41 left to go. Three-point basket by number 33 for King Philip. That is
Taylor Butler.
Taylor Butler, who was going to be number 12 coming into this game and changed it just before game time.
That's a
tie-up. Oh, and it steps. Walk on number 13 for Sharon. That is Trinity Payne.
And here are the wholesale subs again for King Philip.
Line change. It's a line change. Faye Veyu standing in front of us. She is the leading scorer of this team coming back. 12.2 a game last year. And really came on strong when Shannon O'Connor, their leading scorer, was injured early in the season. And we have a traveling call.
Well, the leading scorer so far this year is Courtney Keswick.
Courtney Keswick has come back with a very accurate three-point shot, Alex.
Does she have 12 points already?
Yes, she does. Shot by number 10. That is Nicole Tevin, does not get it, but Sharon controls the rebound. They're going to bring it back out. Latendra to Fandel. Fandel's going to try to go to the basket. Rolls it over the top. Rebound was by Caroline Aaron. Gets it to Bree James. Bree James tries to go on the baseline. Does not get the ball off. And it is Sharon's ball. Fast break down the court. Latendra with the shot, no good. Rebound attempted, no good. Rebound fought for and tied up at a foul. Foul under the basket on King Philip. That will be on number 24. That's Caroline Aaron. That's the first on her, second on King Philip. 28.5 seconds left to go in this opening quarter. And the first shot by Nicole Tevin is good. That's their first free throw that's successful in this game. Number 14 for Sharon is Julia Early, who just came into the contest. Tevin gets the second. 18-7, King Philip in the lead after this first quarter. Faith Roy with her first three-pointer of the season. And that is her bread and butter shot. I've seen her play.
That ball moved up the court very quickly.
King Philip is pressuring the ball. It's a steal by Vayu, and the throw pass goes out of bounds. It will be Sharon's ball. But King Philip is pressuring and attacking the ball right now. 6.7 seconds left to go. The shot, no good by Julia Early, and that is the end of the first quarter. King Philip leads after one, 21-7. We will be back in a minute.
Nearly 150 years ago, William H. Riley and his son Elmer started providing coal, straw, and other heating supplies to the people of North Attleboro. W.H. Riley and Son is still owned by the same family, but now delivers oil and propane as well as services to your heating system and air conditioner. Today, like then, you can rely on W.H. Riley for all your heating and cooling needs.
And welcome back to the second quarter of Hockomock League action here at King Philip Regional High School. The King Philip girls are leading Sharon 21-7 after one. Alex, you've picked up a few of the things that are going on out there.
Well, one thing I'm really impressed with is that the King Philip three-point shooters are receiving the ball at a spot right where they can release it. That's a lot. You had to give a lot of credit to the passers in that instant.
And for the shooters, too, because they have to be ready. And they really, they are ready to, they're not setting up the shot at all. King Philip with a steal to start off this quarter, working the ball around. They have the younger players in right now again. And there will be a walk. I think that would have been called on Claire Keswick.
Yeah, that was a jump catch.
Yep.
The jump stop was more of a jump catch, and some officials let that go.
And the ball goes off the hands of Nicole Tevin for Sharon, so that will be King Philip's ball. I'm Mark Farinella again. I'm with Alex Salaki, former two-time Mansfield High School Hockomock League All-Star, long time ago. And our cameraman is Marty Gavin. Shot by Keswick. Courtney Keswick is no good. Sharon comes away with the rebound, and we have a foul. And the foul is on, I believe they called it on, well, I haven't seen a change in the scoreboard yet. Liv LaFond, it was number 20 for King Philip. King Philip playing aggressive defense here. They're even defending the inbounds passes, and that's with you have 10 players out there, and that's what Dan Nagel's been using. And we have another foul, and that's on Sharon's number 23, I believe. We'll see. No, that's on Allie Brown. That is her first. That is the fifth team foul on Sharon. 7:31 left to go. Yeah, and they're going to have to watch these dribbles because I have noticed some, and that will be an offensive foul.
Yep. The last two fouls have been on pick situations.
Yep.
So that was a moving pick on the King Philip player.
And
the previous foul on Allie Brown, she was trying a little bit too aggressively to get over a screen.
And that was on Liv LaFond. That is her second. Underneath, up and no good for Herbert, and the rebound is King Phillips on the fast break. Nice pass into LaFond. King Philip battling for the ball. Nice sequence of passes there. Glazer zipped it into the middle, and then it went to LaFond, but King Philip will have the ball on the out-of-bounds play. Claire Keswick, the freshman, inbounds to her sister, Courtney. And that is Elizabeth Malla, who gives it off again. King Philip working around, looking for the good shot. Another three-point attempt by Courtney Keswick. This one falls off, but the rebound is by her sister, Claire. Quick pass by Malla goes out of bounds. And we're going to have another line change for the King Philip Warriors here.
King Philip's moving the ball very well. You're seeing the open man.
I'm impressed by these youngsters.
Their offensive rebounders are doing a great job, but I would just suggest that some of those offensive rebounders go right back up with the ball instead of passing it out.
Sometimes one pass too many, as you said. Ball is flipped out of bounds, and that will go to Sharon. 6:34 left. We have not had a score yet in the second quarter. And the ball will go out of bounds again.
Some nice denial by King Philip on the inbounds passes by Sharon. Now KP's back in a half-court man.
Trinity Payne's pass goes out of bounds again, and that will be King Philip ball. While we have this opportunity, I will mention that tonight's first half is presented to you by Asians Garage, serving the area's automotive needs for more than 100 years. Asians Garage, 321 North Washington Street in North Attleboro, just over the Plainville line. Faith Roy has the ball. Off to Bree James for a shot, no good. Rebound fought for, goes back out to James. Looks for Vayu on the baseline, takes the jumper and gets it. Vayu with her fourth point of the game and the first basket of the second quarter.
King Philip doing a fantastic job of playing the passing lanes in the full court.
And this Sharon team has some experience. A lot of these kids are veterans from last year. Now, they did take their lumps, but they almost made it to the tournament. They finished 9-11, 7-9 in the Hockomock League's Davenport division. But they went 2-4 over their last 6 games, and that was basically the errors of youth. Here's a steal and a lay-in by Caroline Aaron. So KP now with a 2-basket run here in the second quarter. 25-7, 5:45 left to go in the first half of play.
That steal and this turnover right here both come from King Philip players being very aggressive up in the passing line.
King Philip again working it around. Faith Roy, she is an outside shooting threat, and she's ready to take one. Puts it up, no good. Vayu with the rebound. She's going to make the move in, doesn't get it. Rebound, another attempt, and that was by Aaron, did not get it. Ball will go out of bounds off a Sharon player. King Philip retains possession. 24 seconds on the shot clock. 5:26 to go in the half.
I'd like to see those offensive rebounders going right back up. You might miss. There's a good chance you'll get fouled.
Faith Roy from the corner, no good. Rebound controlled by Julia Marsden. Shot by Aaron does not go. Rebound is Sharon's. Leah Fandel gets it underneath to Latendra, but she is met and tied up.
That's great hustle. There were 2 Sharon players wide open under the basket.
Latendra tried to give it off to Fandel, and Fandel was tied up on the play, but Sharon does retain possession. Caitlin Wallace having trouble inbounding. And it is stolen by King Philip again. Roy to James. James is whistled for a travel. You know, she's got moves. She had this trouble a little bit last year, though. Just got to control them. And again, here comes the next line. I'm waiting for them to pull a goalie on this one. 4:58 left to go. 25-7, King Philip. A very good first half for the Warriors. Maybe not exactly what Dan Nagel wanted to see out of the first string, but the second stringers have given a great push. Shot by Emma Glazier on that one out of bounds. And Sharon will have the ball. No, we're talking over, and it's going to go to King Philip. So King Philip will retain possession, 24 seconds on the shot clock here. Malla has the ball. Keswick to Keswick. Back to a Keswick. Three-pointer by Courtney Keswick. That is her 5th three. 4:32 left, 28-7, King Philip in the lead. And they attack the ball, and Sharon is very hard-pressed to maintain a possession here, but finally they hang on to the ball. Fandel tries to get it out to the top. Wallace takes a shot, no good. Tried to rebound. Now King Philip comes away with it. And these are the youngsters again. Claire Keswick shot no good. Rebound underneath, no good by Butler, Taylor Butler. I have to remember they changed her number. And we have a stoppage.
Very aggressive play under the boards at both ends.
Outside shot by Claire Keswick is no good. Rebound is by Leah Fandel, and Sharon will have the ball. Allie Brown bringing it up. Underneath the Fandel, and it will be a foul. Foul is on Courtney Keswick. That is her first. And that is the 5th team foul on King Philip.
When Sharon is allowed to run their sets, they get the ball inside pretty easily. But they haven't been allowed to run their sets that often. The defense has been so aggressive outside of the three-point arc.
Fandel missed the first shot. We had some substitutions again. It looks again like most of the what we would call the first string is in, but they're all first stringers right now, it seems. Misses the second shot. And the rebound was by Emily Sawyer. She is a freshman, and she is very tall out there. 6'3". We have a foul. And that will be on number 4. That is Allie Brown's second. That is the 6th-team foul. They will be in the bonus shooting situation on the next one. They will be in 1-on-1. Veo, no shot, called for the travel.
It's the jump catch again.
3:33 left to go in this opening quarter. Sharon has the ball, and again, pressure. And King Philip's athleticism is really wreaking havoc. But there's a case. The pass went into Talisha Herbert. She just took too much time getting the ball up. And she did manage to get a foul out of it, but she would have had a shot otherwise.
In those instances where King Philip has let someone get to the basket, they've been really great in recovery. The hustle's been fantastic.
The foul was on Grace Clyde, and that is her first. King Philip now has 6 fouls. Herbert made the first shot and the second. So those are the first 2 points for Sharon, and we are at 3:25 left to go in the half. So they have been held off the board by great defense. Faith Roy with the 3, no good. Rebound to number 13 for Sharon, Trinity Payne, and she is tied up. That is one tall girl out there, Emily Sawyer. She's only a freshman, folks, but I've heard good things about the incoming classes here at King Philip. And Veo almost with the steal, gets it off to Latendra. Underneath the Fandel is going to go to the basket, no. Rebound by Roy, now to Veu for the easy basket. Veu now with 6 points. King Philip leads 30-9. Another steal by King Philip. Shot by Sawyer is no good. That's her first varsity shot. Ball goes out of bounds off Sawyer, and we will have 5 new players come in for King Philip again.
It's working.
It is working for them. This is something the Hockomock League is going to have to take notice of. I mean, I've seen a lot of multiple player substitutions, and occasionally I've seen a coach like Mike Redding in Mansfield do it. If you have the players, if you have the depth on your bench, go ahead and use it. There's a steal, and James will go in for the layup on it, and she just misses it. Just plain misses it. Again, they have Herbert underneath, and again a steal by number 20 for King Philip. That is Liv LaFond. King Philip comes back down quickly. Pass underneath. Shot no good by LaFond. But the shot from outside is good by Courtney Keswick. And that is her 6th three-point basket. 2:06 left to go. King Philip up 33-9. Courtney Keswick, hello. There will be 11 other coaches in the Hockomock League that are going to take notice of that.
Stamina is a factor right now. Sharon has not substituted that much. And the rolling tide of substitutions on the KP part is putting a lot of stress on the Sharon players who are out there on the court against fresh players. Constantly.
We have a carry. Yeah, I talked to Sandy Lombardi before the game, and she did mention her 5 starters have experience, but the bench is very raw. And as you can see, these kids are playing a lot already. They're going to be tired. Another outsider by Keswick is no good this time. Rebound out of bounds off King Philip. Sharon will have the ball. 1:38 left to go in the first half of play. 33-9, King Philip. And, well, I don't have to tell you, folks. You'll see it on camera. Here come 5 new players again. I could name them all, but by the time I get through naming them, then substitute them again. You know, it's amazing, though. And sometimes you see a lot of substitutions in the game, and you wonder if you're getting the cohesion on the court. But he's substituting a unit at once. So these kids are comfortable with playing with each other. Ball goes out of bounds. Will be Sharon ball. I think Sharon thinks there should be a few more fouls than there have been called so far. Steal underneath by one Keswick. Hands it off to Veyu for the basket. That was a great steal, and that was a great basket. And the tie-up. The ball will come back to King Philip. 1:22 left to go. All right. Claire Keswick bringing the ball up, gives it off to Veyu. Tries to get the ball underneath to somebody, but is knocked away. Sharon has the ball again, stolen back again, and the steal by Keswick, and the basket goes to Taylor Butler. 35-9. We're inside the last minute. Another steal under the basket. Keswick is going to put in, and she gets the basket. Boy, I'll tell you, that is the first basket by Claire Keswick, but what hard work on defense it's creating it. And a runner by Leah Fandel. So Sharon finally gets a basket in this quarter. Veyu underneath, out to Claire Keswick and a walk. 31.3 seconds left to go in the half, and it has been a dominant performance by the King Philip defense, and it's created an awful lot of offense for them.
Yep, the full court pressure is really intense, and like I said, they continue to keep playing those passing lanes. Deflections.
Mala had another steal out there for the King Philip Warriors, but the ball went out of bounds off them, and it will go to Sharon. 25 seconds left to go in the half. What a first half of action this has been for the King Philip Warriors. Brown will try to get the ball across half court. Met with 2 people, but she does dribble through them and gets it in the corner to Nicole Tevin. The basket, his shot is long. King Philip with the rebound up to Veyu. In traffic a little bit. Veyu knocks the ball back out and gets it out for her own three-point shot. Does not get it. Keswick tries to throw one up in the loose ball, and that is the end of the first half. So, after one half of action here, and how impressive it's been for the King Philip defense, the King Philip Warriors lead the Sharon Eagles 37-11. We will be back in just a minute.
Asians Garage is now celebrating 100 years of service to the North Attleboro area. Asians provides 24-hour friendly towing and roadside assistance to get you back on the move. From lockouts to blowouts to dead batteries, they're your local AAA representative. Take care of your Massachusetts state inspections without taking up a chunk of your day. Asians Garage, proudly celebrating 100 years of service to the North Attleboro area. Nearly 150 years ago, William H. Riley and his son Elmer started providing coal, straw, and other heating supplies to the people of North Attleboro. W.H. Riley and Son is still owned by the same family, but now delivers oil and propane as well as services to your heating system and air conditioner. Today, like then, you can rely on W.H. Riley for all your heating and cooling needs.
Welcome back to King Philip Regional High School for tonight's Hockomock League basketball game between the King Philip girls and the Sharon girls. King Philip leads at halftime 37-11. I'm Mark Farinella bringing you the play-by-play along with Alex Salaki and our cameraman, Marty Gavin. First, I'll give you a quick recap of the scoring in the first half. And the big story for King Philip, Courtney Keswick, 6 3-pointers for 18 points. Claire Keswick, her freshman sister, has 2 points. Taylor Butler has 5. Faye Vayu, the leading scorer from last year, has had 6 points in this contest. Caroline Aaron, 2. And Faith Roy has 4 for the Sharon Eagles. Leah Fandel has 2 points. Allie Brown has 3. Nicole Tevin has 2. And Talisha Herbert has 4. And that's been it for the Sharon Eagles. Alex, defense has created offense for King Philip.
Definitely. As I've said many times in the first half, King Philip is playing the passing lanes really aggressively. I would like to point out, Mark, too, that there's 1:48 left in the half, and Sharon hasn't come out yet. They're in the locker room for a long time.
Well, so obviously they're getting a little bit of a refresher course from Coach Sandy Lombardi as to not panicking under pressure. But I'll tell you, and especially what we've seen in this first half is King Philip being able to substitute 5 players at a time, and these units play well together. It's not like you're throwing people in and they're stumbling about. These kids look like they've been playing together in practice all along too. So
right, I really think that that's tiring Sharon out, and we'll see what things look like in the second half. In King Philip, even though they're up by 26, there's always things to work on. And so hopefully we see them focused and still playing the kind of basketball that they played in the first half.
Well, they just blew the 1-minute horn here, and as you said, the Sharon Eagles have not emerged from the locker room yet. Hopefully somebody's running down to get them. By the way,
here they come.
Okay, that's good because they need to be out here. King Philip last year, obviously, 14-8. 10-6 in the Hockomock League Kelly Rex. They advanced to the Division I South quarterfinal where they lost to probably one of the best teams in the state, Bridgewater Rainham. And, oh, my God, they have that really good center, a very young girl. I can't remember her name right now, but we'll be seeing her later this year. At least I know I will be. They lost that game 68-50. And then, of course, Coach Amy Siggins went to take the Taunton job. Dan Nagel has plenty of coaching experience. And it looks like he's got these King Philip Warriors playing a style of play that he wants to have them play.
Well, I think it's also important to add that a style like that doesn't happen on its own. It happens in practice. And so they must have been working real hard in this short time period of, 8 days?
Yep.
9 days before the first game?
Very impressed with the younger players on the King Philip roster at this point. I know what these veteran players can do. I saw them a lot last year, but these youngsters have been a really great surprise. Sharon will start the half with the possession as Allie Brown working the ball over to Caitlin Wallace, who's going to try to go into the lane but is met with some resistance. Ball goes out of bounds. No fouls called, but it will be Sharon's ball. A lot of contact in this game so far, too. They're letting them play, but maybe not. What was that? Timeout called by the Sharon bench. So, right off the bat, 7:43 left to go. Obviously, Coach Sandy Lombardi wants to tell these kids to execute something that she probably thought they went over it in halftime.
I'm wondering if she wants to review something with the inbounds play, that she feels that getting a score right here could be something really important for the confidence of her girls. But I have no way of knowing. I'm just speculating.
And that's why I have you here, because you coached for how many years? How many years at Zavarian?
Boy. 27 at Zavarian.
Yep. And
32 total.
And you did coach here when Jake
33,
Lehman.
yeah, 33.
When Jake Lehman was a senior. So Jake is doing well for himself. So obviously it was your influence that had something to do with that.
Yeah, I worked with him every day in practice for 2 minutes.
All right, Sharon will inbound the ball. Underneath the Herbert. Rebound by Fandel, and she is fouled.
Well, let's just say that she called that timeout to work on the inbounds play. It worked. The inbounds play worked. She got a shot right close to the basket on a cutter from the elbow.
Foul is on Faith Roy. That's her first of the half. Fandel with a free throw. She was 0 for 2 at the foul line coming into this, so that's an improvement. As Sharon draws first blood in the second half. And the second one is no good. Rebound is by Taylor Butler. King Philip comes up quickly. Faye Veyu underneath. In and out. Gets her own rebound and puts it in. Faye Veyu.
Very smooth left-handed lay-in off the glass.
She was a huge surprise at the beginning of last year. She's no surprise now. Everybody knows she has talent. Defense again creates another turnover. Roy comes away with it. Veyu is going to stop, gets it off to Keswick. Three-pointer again by Courtney Keswick. That is her 7th three. Wow.
She is 7 for 10 from behind the arc.
Allie Brown gets it to Herbert, but it goes high, bounces away. Sharon retains possession. Fandel will go in, is fouled by Butler, I believe. No, actually that foul was on Bree James. That's the second of the half. And as the first on Bree James, Leah Fandel misses the first shot. And gets the second. So she now has 4 points in the contest. Sharon trails 42-13. KP wastes no time in getting up into the front court, but a little traveling call right there on Keswick as she was trying to pass the ball.
Her pivot foot slipped a little bit there on her, and the official called it.
Floors are slick at the beginning of the year. Travel on
that was
Brown.
the same exact spot right there, and it looked like she slipped a bit as she tried to make the pass.
Alex, this court's been around for a while. You played on this court. And that was in 1834, wasn't it, or something like that? Okay. Veyu on the drive. Off the glass, no good. Rebound by Sharon's Fandel. Brown now with James all over her, and there is a foul that will be called. That will be the second on Brianna James. The third on King Philip in this half.
What James did then is she played that girl on the hip as she was going by, a little hip check. And most officials will see that.
Okay. All right. King Philip again substitutes fully. Sharon has the ball. Fandel to Trinity Payne. Shot outside and knocked down by Talisha Herbert. That's a three.
That was a nice shot. Nice release.
I did not see her as a three-point shooter last year. And she steals the ball, now gets it off to Brown, goes up court fast, but a nice play knocked away by number 22, Grace Clyde. So Sharon will maintain possession here. 5:47 left to go. Inbound pass quick to Herbert, and a foul.
This may be a bit technical, Mark, but I have to give some kudos to Coach Nagel. These girls are playing the passing lanes with the correct arm towards the ball. It is a technical thing, and probably need a nice replay to talk about it, to show it. But I see it. I've seen it happen many times in this game tonight.
That was the second foul on Grace Clyde. Herbert at the line for two. She's made the first. Misses the second. Rebound is by Claire Keswick. King Philip again gets the ball up quickly. They don't want to waste much time in a half court, that's for sure. Shot thrown up by Caroline Aaron is no good, and Sharon comes away with the rebound, but will they call a foul? Yes, they do. And that is a foul on Elizabeth Malla. A little bit of contact there. Almost thinking that they might have gone for a traveling call on that, but too much contact.
There were a combination of things that happened there, but I think they were the result of the contact.
That is the 5th foul against King Philip in this half, against none for Sharon.
And here's another one.
And there's the 6th. And that is against Summer Dow. That's her 2nd.
Well, when you're playing 10 players, you can spread those fouls around. Does anyone have 3 for King Philip?
Not yet. Caitlin Wallace is at the line for Sharon. Misses the 1st. And the 2nd. Rebound is by Dow. King Philip comes up the court. A little bit out of control. And on the line, the ball will go to Sharon. So if anybody was complaining about the foul situation here among the visiting parents, right now Sharon has a 6-0 deficit, I guess you might call it. They have not committed a foul. King Philip has 6. We have a timeout here. And while we have this timeout, I think I will remind all you folks that tonight's second half is presented to you by W.H. Riley & Son, serving the area's heating oil, propane, and cooling needs since 1873. That's W.H. Riley & Son, 35 Chestnut Street in North Attleboro and 125 Winter Street in Taunton. Keep your family warm this winter by trusting the W.H. Riley & Son family. Yeah, little fouls have slowed the King Philip Warriors up a little bit. They're not quite as precise this half so far.
Right, and I think when you have a lead like this, you don't want to slow the game down. You want to keep the clock running. So I think Coach Nagel's probably telling his players to play good, solid defense, move your legs, move your hands, but don't be reaching, don't be hip checking, and keep the ball alive, keep the clock running.
Still has that second line out there. I'm going to use hockey terms, and I told these guys I didn't want to do hockey play-by-play. Ball stolen underneath, and it will be tied up. Keswick ties up Wallace, and it will go to King Philip. On
that
the
double team and deflection occurred without any contact.
No good on the shot by Caroline Aaron, but King Philip controls the rebound. Keswick to Aaron, and a travel before the pass. So 4:57 left to go in the third quarter of action. 42-17, King Philip leads here. I don't think Dan Nagel looks too pleased, though, with a couple of the mistakes that have been made so far. I see him shaking his head over there. Almost had the basketball for the first time this year. And there will be the full substitution now. Although there's a mix of players, they've got the freshman center out there. The freshman is number 30, Emily Sawyer. I think we're going to be hearing a lot from this kid over the next few years.
Right, so he is mixing the lines up a bit here in the second half.
And that was the 7th team foul on King Philip. The foul was called against number 22 is Grace Clyde. That's her 3rd. Brown missed the free throw. She's the only player with 3 fouls in the game. James has the ball taken away from her, but it stays in King Philip possession. Veyu is going to take the jumper. No good. Rebound fought for by Sawyer, and she gets it out to James. The 3 is no good. Underneath, though, rebound and score by Julia Marsden. 4:29 left. 44-17. King Philip in the lead. From 3 and good. And that is Talisha Herbert. That's her second
of this half.
That is her second three-pointer, and they're both come in this quarter.
I think she missed one in the first half.
And we have a foul. And that's an offensive foul called against James, I believe. Yes, it is. So that will give James 3 fouls. It's the 8th team foul on King Philip. 2 players with 3 fouls, but you got 10 players that they're using, so Foul trouble may be overrated. Here's a steal by Vayu and a basket, and she's fouled. Or, yes it is. The basket is good by Vayu on the steal. Boy, what a season she had last year, though. Really a breakthrough year. And they needed it, too, because obviously Shannon O'Connor, who's playing at Bryant now, she was a consistent player for King Philip, but had problems with the leg injuries at points. So they needed a second score, and they got it from Vayu, and she did get that free throw. Shot no good. Rebound by Fandel is good. Fandel battles for the rebound, puts the points on the board for Sharon. They don't give you much time to catch your breath in this game here. Tie-up will go to Sharon in the alternating possession. 3:44 left to go. 47-22. King Philip in a commanding lead. Alex, they're still playing that high-pressure defense.
Right, but right now they're playing it, I hate to use the word softer, but they're not making as much contact.
Well, Fandel got free on the baseline there, and she converted. Now here's Vayu with a three from outside, so she is now finding her scoring touch. She has 8 points in this quarter, 14 for the game. That's Latendra to Brown. 10 seconds left on the shot clock. And, I'm surprised that wasn't a walk. Block shot there is Wallace tried to get one off. I think that was the big kid who's going to go in for the basket and does not get it, but she does get fouled. Emily Sawyer had the block down at the other end of the court. Now here she gets fouled, and she will go to the line. And that foul is on number 13. That is Trinity Payne. That's her second.
That's a really good sign to see a freshman make a nice block like that and then sprint down court to be involved in the offensive play instead of staying at the other end to take a quick breather or whatever.
But now
she hustled right down the court, gets the ball, and now is at the line.
And now take your free throws in practice. Misses them both, unfortunately. And we have a foul. And I believe it's against Sharon on the jostling around for the rebound. Let's see what they call.
Was it on number 10 or 13?
They have 13 up for three, and that would be on her. So that was Trinity Payne's third foul. And that was a three-pointer again by Courtney Keswick. Oh, my goodness. 8 three-pointers.
Yeah, I have her as 8 for 11 on threes.
And we have a foul at the midcourt. That will be on Courtney Keswick. That is the 9th team foul against King Philip. It's 1-1 here. The next foul will put them into the double shooting bonus. And that is Tess Latendra. Missed that first basket shot. Rebound fought for, goes out of bounds. And the ball will stay in the possession of the Sharon Eagles. 2:30 left to go in the third quarter. 53-24 is the score. King Philip in the lead. Outside shot taken by Herbert is no good. Rebound fought for, goes off of Sharon player, and will be King Philip's ball.
I'd be interested in knowing how many free throws Sharon has missed this half because the lead is now 29. It was 26 at halftime. Sharon could have cut into that a bit.
They've missed 6 of their free throws.
The way to come back in a game is by coming back in increments. You get below 20 first and get below 15, and they had a chance to get below 20.
How important is it to make those free throws? And most of the girls' teams I see are very, very good at it. Now Sharon playing a little bit of defense on their own too. Brown gets it into Herbert, who's going to put it up, no good. Rebound fought for. King Philip's Grace Clyde is in on the tie-up, and it will go to King Philip. I wish I had time to chart a game like this when I'm doing this, because I'd love to see some of the rebounding stats on this too. But King Philip working hard on the boards. Drive by Clyde was no good. Rebound goes to Herbert. Sharon is on the fast break, and Brown could not control it. Now Mala has it. She's going to take on Herbert, and she may have lost that battle, but she won the war because she will go to the foul line. And that is Herbert's third foul. That is the fourth on the Sharon Eagles in this half, and that sends Elizabeth Mala to the line for 2. This is the first. Early season foul shooting tonight.
Right. Foul shooting has not looked great, although the form and the backspin on most of these shots has been the way it should be.
Second shot is no good.
The accuracy just isn't there yet.
Fandel will have the rebound, but she's tied up long enough, and the possession goes to King Philip. Boy, she was struggling. Nobody was getting open for her to get the ball away. She had a chance to get the ball away, but nobody was moving. 1:35 left to go in the third quarter. 53-24, King Philip in the lead. Butler will inbound. Out to Caroline Aaron. King Philip working the ball around. Butler with a three-point attempt, no good. Butler gets the rebound, a long shot. Takes another one, no good. Rebound is pulled down by Wallace. And I think we have a foul. We have a pushing foul on the rebound. That will be the 10th foul against King Philip. And that will be on Grace Clyde. That is her 4th foul. Well, they've got plenty of people just in case they lose one here. Caitlin Wallace will go to the line for the Sharon Eagles with 1:15 left to go. Misses the first. You know, it's the same shot. And I know you corrected me on this last year. I used to say it was 16 feet, the same shot. How can you miss it? It's 15 feet. But I did remember. All right, Wallace, 0 for 3 at the line so far. Gets the 4th one. Good for her. So, King Philip now will have the ball. 53-25 in the lead. 1:09 left to go in the third quarter of play. Butler with the outside shot, no good. Rebound is by Herbert. Herbert gets out of there by herself and collides with Mala, and they will call Mala with the foul. Even though Herbert was a little bit out of control, Mala it had the contact, so you can't really get around that.
Right, in the open court like that, the official gets a real good look at it. And the defensive player did not have
yeah, she was
position.
moving. Yep. Mala with her 2nd foul. That is the 10th on King Philip. So everything's a 2-shot foul for Sharon from now on. Herbert missed the first. Second one goes. 57.4 seconds left. It is 53-26. King Philip in the lead. And these youngsters are getting a lot of play in the second half. I think Dan Nagel's figured out he doesn't really have to put the starters out there. The left-handed 3, no good by Butler. The rebound attempt by Summer Dow was no good. We have a tie-up underneath. And Sharon will have the ball. 43 seconds left to go. Allie Brown, senior captain, returning point guard. Julia Early running into some problem. We do have a backcourt violation. Unavoidable in that case.
Again, the King Philip defense keeping the Sharon offense closer to half court than the basket.
Under 20 seconds in the third quarter of play. Butler's going to drive against 2 players. No good. Rebound is by Early.
10 seconds. 9, 8.
Herbert brings the ball up. Still manages to hold on to it for that last shot, and there will be a tie-up underneath the basket with 1.8 seconds left to go. And I believe it will be King Philip's ball. I don't think they really have to rush for anything here, and they are not going to. Just put it in play, and that will be the end of the third quarter. So, after 3, the King Philip Warriors in their opening night here in Hockomock League play lead the Sharon Eagles 53-26. We'll be back in a minute.
Nearly 150 years ago, William H. Riley and his son Elmer started providing coal, straw, and other heating supplies to the people of North Attleboro. W.H. Riley and Son is still owned by the same family, but now delivers oil and propane as well as services to your heating system and air conditioner. Today, like then, you can rely on W.H. Riley for all your heating and cooling needs.
And we are back here in the third quarter of play. Now we're in the fourth quarter of play here at the Wooden Gym in King Philip Regional High School in Wrentham, Massachusetts. I'm Mark Farinella. Alex Salaki is with me on color. Marty Gavin is our cameraman. King Philip up 53-26 over the Sharon Eagles. A great start to the Hockomock League season for the KP Warriors if this result holds true, and I have no reason to believe it won't at this point. In fact, Sharon's first possession turns into a turnover, and King Philip will have the ball. Bree James is out there as the point guard. Courtney Keswick. And I guess James just got called for a foul away from the ball, and that is her 4th. And that will send Sharon to the line. No, it won't. It's an offensive foul. That's right.
All right. So will this be the only time this year that Sharon and King Philip will meet?
Yes. The Hockomock League, of course, the other division, you only play once. The Kelly Rex division teams, they will play twice, unless they opt to play another game. Allie Brown with the three-point basket from outside. Countered by Faith Roy. Faith Roy hits the 3 for King Philip. Well, now we're seeing some outside shooting here. Herbert has not been bashful to shoot from outside. The rebound stays with King Philip. That hits the top of the basket and the guy wire up there, so that will be King Philip's possession. Yep.
It's not often you see a guide wire hit twice in the same game.
Nope. The Warriors will travel to Franklin, and they are one of the preseason favorites in the Kelly Rex division. We have a foul. And that is on Allie Brown. That's her 3rd. King Philip maintains possession. James tries to drive, loses the ball. Roy to Keswick. Almost another one, but not quite. A little bit of a bump on the rebounding, but that was her own player. Roy will come away with it. Tries to get the basket, stays with it, gets with her own rebound, but it goes... We have a stoppage. I think it just goes out of bounds off Roy. 6:32 left to go. 56-29. King Philip in the lead. And we will have a timeout.
King Philip still wants the basketball. Those girls were hustling all over that court to keep that ball alive on their side.
Well, that seems to be the going theme here at King Philip this year. Could be a little bit of the AAU influence of Dan Nagel, who has coached teams for Mass Premier Courts. And, you know, they do love to run, and they love to play offense in those leagues. But we have seen great defense from these King Philip Warriors. And that's something you don't always see in a lot of AAU ball.
Back to the offense for a second. King Philip is also using a really spread offense. Very rarely in this game has King Philip created a smaller court at the offensive end. They've used the entire court. They've moved the ball, they've moved the bodies, and they've gotten a lot of good looks, and they've gotten a lot of great penetration also.
Sharon's next game is at Milford on Friday night. I'm sorry, Tuesday. That's Tuesday. Both these games are on Tuesday. King Philip at Franklin on Tuesday. Milford had a really down season last year, so that could be a little bit of a boost for the Sharon Eagles. Nice drive, but doesn't finish. And Faith Roy gets the rebound. That was a nice drive by Caitlin Wallace. James now stops to Vayu. Vayu's in and out. Rebound by Fandel, and the freshman could not control her body motion at that point. That was foul was on Emily Sawyer. That's only her first foul. She's played well in her debut.
That was a superb pass by Bree James.
Yep.
She made a tiny little fake towards the baseline, brought the defense that way, and then fired a pass to the open player, Vayu, coming hard down the paint.
6:06 left to go. Fandel will make the first shot. And we're going to get some substitutions here for the Eagles. Meanwhile, Fandel goes to the line for the second of two. And does not get that one. Rebound is controlled, however, by Trinity Payne. So Sharon starts another possession. That is Gabby Cabral now out at the point. Dishes it off to Herbert for the three, no good. Rebound is by Payne, no good. Ball's on the floor, goes out of bounds, off of Herbert. That will be King Philip basketball. And they're not wasting any time. Here they come. James brings it across. Faith Roy for the three. Off the rim, no good. Vayu with the rebound and good. Nice baseline shot.
I was just going to say that, Mark. That baseline jumper is a tough shot from about 10 feet, and that's where she was.
Especially when you're picking the ball up on the run like that. Herbert's shot does not go. James comes away with the rebound. She's pushing the ball up court. Gets it to Roy outside. Shot attempt by Vayu is no good. James has the rebound. A little contact, but the shot was blocked, and Sharon will try to come away with the ball, and they do. Herbert finally gets the rebound, but it's going to go out of bounds. Off Herbert. Unfortunately, Gabby Cabral could not catch up with it. So the ball goes out of bounds. King Philip substitutes. 4:57 left to go in the contest. 58-30. King Philip in a commanding lead. Caroline Aaron has the ball. Gets it out to Claire Keswick. She's a big kid, but she's got guard skills. And that's what they told me. They said, you watch out for this freshman guard they have. She takes a three-pointer. No good. Rebound fought for. Keswick comes away with it. Looks to shoot. Does not. Dishes it back out. Summer Dow took that shot. King Philip still battling, and the ball is loose on the floor, and we will have a stoppage. They're going to call it a tie-up. The referees must have just lost sight of the ball at that point, right?
Yep. Yeah, she said my bad after she blew the whistle.
All right. Allie Brown will bring the ball across for Sharon. She'll go start the offense in motion. A foul out top. And that is on, I believe that's on Aaron. Yes, it is. That's her second. Caroline Aaron second. Well over 10 fouls for the King Philip Warriors. Caitlin Wallace will have two shots and gets the first. Well, if Sharon comes away with anything from this game, they should be working on their free throws. Wallace got both there. It is 58-32. Keswick to Aaron. That looked like a little bit of a walk there to start with by Marsden. Shot was no good. Rebound fought for. Clyde tried to shoot. And I guess
it's tied up.
It was a tie-up.
Yep.
Didn't see it myself.
So you were starting, Mark, to say what you thought Sharon would need to work on.
Well, I think free throws is one thing obvious right off the bat.
And I think some passing. They haven't faked that often in this game. And you've seen King Philip use a lot of good fakes.
And obviously they haven't seen really aggressive defense like this yet. This is only the first game of the year anyway, so.
Right.
Now,
there's a long
Aaron.
time left and a lot of time to grow, a lot of time to make progress.
Keswick with the shot, no good. Ball goes out of bounds. Looks like there'll be some substitutes here. Not a full substitution like they've been doing up to this point. That was Clyde with the shot. Rebound by Julia Marsden underneath. And she gets the basket. Drive by Wallace, no good. Rebound by Aaron. Here comes King Philip. Butler. Aaron walks. 2:44 left to go here. 60-32. King Philip in a very commanding lead.
Always a good sign when you go into the locker room at halftime with a nice lead and you maintain that lead.
Well, you definitely want to start the season with a win anyway. I mean, let's face it. Gives you a little bit of reinforcement, and King Philip has lived up to the expectations, but also exceeded them a little bit, I think, because of the prowess of this second unit that goes out there, these younger kids. And they're still fighting. 2 minutes left to go, and they're still going down on the court for the ball. That ball will go out of bounds after the court length pass. 2:13 left, and there will be substitutions here. 60-32, King Philip.
King Philip has really impressed me with their hustle. They have continued to play the passing lanes, to go after the ball, to move the ball around, to crash the offensive boards right from the first minute of the game. And here we are in the next to last minute of the game.
And another steal by Mala. And she's going to try to go the length of the court. She is fouled on the way to the basket, so she'll get 2 shots.
Well, I have to say it one more time, Mark. She was doing a great job of playing that, anticipating that passing lane right there.
So, Mala 0 for 3 at the line so far in this game, but she's made an impact in the minutes she's been in there. Still got to get that first free throw. That foul was on Ashley Baker of Sharon. Mala with the second. Falls a little short, but she gets her own rebound. Again, presence of mind to go for the rebound. Outside shot by Dow does not go. King Philip tries to get the rebound, but now Gabby Cabral will bring it across for Sharon. 1:36 left to go in this contest. Okay, Sharon just meeting defensive problems every stretch of the way. Butler came away with that steal. Oh, and they did not call a foul on that. That was Grace Clyde going in, and there will be a foul called here. Alex, with 1:08 left to go, what do you think is the future for the King Philip Warriors after this?
Well, Mark, I guess we'll have to see how they do against Franklin on Tuesday night. You say Franklin is reputed to be one of the top teams.
Well, they have Allie Brigham, the George Washington University-bound 6'3" senior, who was the leading scorer in the Hockomock League last year. So that's a big, but they also have a very, very good cast of characters there. So that's going to be a huge test for the Warriors.
So I would say right now, from what I've seen tonight, which of course we didn't expect, was this rolling wave of substitutes, that any other team has to have depth. You have to have depth to maintain the stamina to play that style of basketball.
Turnaround by the freshman. Sawyer did not go. Sharon has possession inside the last minute of play here.
She runs the court, Emily Sawyer. That's a good sign. Coach can really build on that with a big player.
I'll tell you, she's getting the opportunity to get some minutes, and this is going to be good for her. Gabby Cabral gets the shot, no good. Butler with the rebound. 24 seconds left to go in this contest. Up ahead to Sawyer, and they'll call a walk on it. Also a good play by Samantha Dunham of Sharon to kind of get in the way of that pass and sort of kind of mix up her steps a little bit. We're in the last 18 seconds here. Sharon will walk the ball up 62-33. King Philip will come away with a victory in the first Hockomock League game of the year. And they're still fighting for steals. Butler is going to try to go to the basket. Just now she's going to pull it out. We have a whistle, and she was on the line. 1.1 second left to go. Well, Alex, it was good to work with you again. We've known each other for years. We worked some basketball last year. We'll be doing this 4 more times for North TV, and I'm going to enjoy it.
4 more times, huh?
Yep. And maybe some tournament action, too. That would be nice.
That would be great.
So, the final score of this one, King Philip girls 62, Sharon 33. What a performance tonight by Courtney Keswick. She had 24 points, all on 3-point baskets. The next King Philip game for the Plainville channel will be on Friday the 27th as the King Philip girls visit North Attleboro. So, for Alex Salaki and for our cameraman Marty Gavin, this is Mark Farinola. Thank you so much for joining us, and good night, everybody.